Greetings. In this tutorial, we will be covering Google Slides. Google Slides is a presentation program included in G Suite. It helps you prepare convincing and attractive presentations for your audience and adds emphasis to what you're trying to convey. With that, let's begin our Google Slides tutorial. Let's get started with Google Slides. Our first step is opening slides. For this, we select the Google Apps button on the top right hand corner and select Slides from the drop down list. Since we are just starting out, let's start with a blank template. As you can see, by default, the presentation is named Untitled Presentation. To rename your presentation, simply place your cursor in the text box and type in the name you wish to give the presentation and press enter. You have a number of options for themes to choose from. I'm choosing Simple Light. Adding text to the slides is pretty easy. All you have to do is click on the text box and start typing. Once you're done, place your cursor in the next text box or click anywhere on the screen. Our next step is adding new slides. There are two ways to add a new slide. You can click Insert button in the menu bar and click New Slide. Alternatively, you can select the Slide button and click on New Slide. To use as an example, I'm just going to copy paste a little text. Now that we've typed out our text, let's try and make it look a bit better. You have a number of formatting options available. For more options, you can select more. We have bold, italics, and underline, which are used to darken, italicize, or underline the selected text. Then you have text color and highlight color, which are used to change the color of the text or highlight the selected text. Next you have is insert link, which allows you to insert a hyperlink. Hyperlink is the address that you type in the search bar. For this, select the necessary text you want to attach a link to. Then select Insert Link and then copy paste the web address you wish to link in the tag. And then select Apply. Alternatively, you can also direct select Insert Link and type in the text in the text box given and then link the same text in the Link tab. Our next feature is Add Comment. This allows you to add comments to the selected text. For this, Select the necessary text you want to add the comment to. Select Add Comment. Please note that the comments will only be visible to the people you have shared the document with and have the edit access. This will be covered in the later half. Next, we have line spacing. Line spacing allows you to adjust the gap between two lines or paragraphs. For this, select the desired sentences or paragraphs and select line spacing. Now you can select your desired gap between the two lines. Next, in the more, you have lists. You have numbered lists which allow you to organize your information in the form of numbered points. You have bulleted lists which organize your information in the form of bulleted points. To create a list, just either select of the options and begin typing. Press enter to move to the next point. Alternatively, you can also type out your information first and then select the group of sentences and click on either of the list buttons. Increase and decrease indent allow you to adjust the indentation of the slide. Our next step is changing the background. Changing the default background of your presentation to make it visually appealing is very important. To do so, we select the slide button and then select Change Background. Now, you can select your desired color or you can upload an image to use as the background. Once you're done with your selection, click on Done. The changes will be reflected in the presentation. Next step is applying a layout. To change the layout of your presentation, we select the slide button and then click on Apply Layout. As you can see, there are several layout selections that can be made. Select on the layout you want to use and the presentation will be updated accordingly. Our next step is changing the theme. The default theme may be a little bland for some people. So, to change that, we again select Slide button and click on Change Theme. The Theme tab pops up on the right with several options to choose from. Select the theme you like and the presentation will update accordingly. Our next step is applying transitions. Transitions are an important part of a presentation. They make it more fun and interactive. To apply transitions to slides or objects in your presentation, select the slide button and then click on transitions. A motions tab pops up on the right. To add or edit the transition between slides, under the slide transition heading, select the transition you desire. You can also choose to apply the transition to all the slides in the presentation. To add, edit the transition of objects like text or image in the slide, select the image or text in question and choose the transition that you desire under Object Animation of the Motion tab. There are several options to choose from, including the type of transition and when you want it to start. Once you have made the selections, the changes will be updated automatically. You can also review the transitions by clicking on play. Once you have made the selections, the changes will be updated automatically. You can also review the transitions by clicking on play. Our next step is adding images. Visual aid is an important part of every presentation. First, I will add a new slide. Change the layout. Now, to add images to your presentation, we first select Insert. Then click on Images. Now, we have a choice of either uploading the image from the computer or choosing it from the web. The image is now placed on the slide. Its position can be changed by selecting the image with the cursor or moving it to the desired location. Next we have adding videos. To add a video, select Insert button, click on Video. Now, the video can be selected by searching in the search bar provided or by pasting the URL of the YouTube video you wish to add to the presentation. Here, I have searched for Bits Pilani and the following options are displayed. Select the video you wish to add and click on Select. The video will now be placed in the presentation. There are several options available for formatting. You can change the video playback time or mute audio.
Bits Pilani 2020.
You can change the size or position of the video or add shadows. Once you've made the required changes, they are automatically updated in the presentation. Next we have adding audio. To add audio to the presentation, the audio file must be present in your Google Drive. Select the Insert button and then click on Audio. And choose the audio file from your Google Drive. Next we have adding shapes. To make the presentation more interesting, shapes are usually added. Select the Insert button and click on Shapes. There are several options to choose from. Select the shape you want and it will be pasted in the presentation, where its shape and position can be changed. Last but not the least, we have adding diagrams. Several technical presentations require the use of diagrams. To add them, we select the Insert button and then click on Diagram. A diagram tab pops up on the right. with several diagram options. Select the diagram you desire and it will be pasted in the presentation. Our presentation is now ready. For better and clear understanding, I have edited the slides slightly. Now, let's focus on some other applications of Google Slides. The first feature we covered is presenting the presentation. For this, we click on Present on the top right hand corner. For best results, present with Google Chrome. As you can see, the presentation has become full screen from the current slide. You can choose a different slide from this tab. Similarly, you can change or play the slides. Some other tools available while presenting are Q&A. Presenters can start a live Q&A session with an audience during a presentation with Google Slides. You can present questions at any time and people can ask questions from any device. Next, we have Notes. Notes is used to open the speaker notes. The addition of speaker notes will be covered in the next section. Next, we have Pointer. If you prefer presenting from a computer, Google has a new pointer feature that overlays a red dot with a trailing line, just like a real laser pointer. Next, we have Captions. The closed captions feature is available when presenting in Google Slides. It uses your computer's microphone to detect your spoken presentation, then transcribes it in real time. When you say as captions on the slides, you're presenting. To exit the screen, press Escape. Next we have Speaker Notes. Speaker Notes are short summary points to the slides which the presenter can refer while delivering the presentation. For this, we simply click the text in the text box named Click to add speaker notes. Our next step is sharing our presentation. For this, we select the share button on the top right hand corner. Next, we type in the email IDs of the people we want to share it with. Next, it's time to decide the level of access to grant. We have viewer, who is only allowed to view the document and not make any changes or add comments. Then we have commenter, who is allowed to add comments to the document but cannot make any changes. Then we have editor, who is allowed to make changes and add comments. Apart from adding names, you can also create a link to the presentation by clicking on Copy Link. Here as well, you get an option of choosing your mode of sharing. Apart from that, you can also keep the access restricted to the people who you have named above, or the people in your organization, or alternatively, keep it open for all those with the link. Once you're done, hit send. If you want to add a message along with the document, type it in the message box. Now that we've reached the end, our last step is downloading the presentation. For this, on the top left hand corner, select File and choose Download. Choose a file type and the file will download onto your computer. The main ones are PPTX. PPTX is a file extension for downloading the sheet in Microsoft PowerPoint format. Then we have PDF, which stands for Portable Document Format. Essentially, the format is used when you need to save files that cannot be modified but still need to be easily shared and printed. With this, we end our Google Sites tutorial. Thank you.